The Madlanga Commission sat again this week. And the evidence piling up is not just about big names and fat tenders. It is about why your lights stay off, why the clinic runs out of medicine by Tuesday, and why the potholes on the road to work keep swallowing your suspension. Ordinary South Africans are not waiting for the final report to feel the damage. They live it every day. Testimony this week pointed to how certain provincial departments allegedly channeled millions through shell companies for consulting on infrastructure projects that never materialized. One witness described a water pipeline tender in the Eastern Cape that was awarded at double the market rate, then left half-built while communities fetched water from rivers. That is not abstract corruption. That is why kids in those areas still get sick from dirty water and why mothers lose days queuing at unreliable taps. The commission heard how kickbacks allegedly flowed back to political fixers while actual delivery collapsed. For the person on the street, this means higher municipal bills for services that never arrive. When money disappears on ghost projects, rates and taxes do not drop. They rise to cover the shortfall. Or the municipality borrows more and the interest eats the budget that should fix roads or pay nurses. Either way, the working family pays twice. Once through taxes, again through the cost of private alternatives like water tanks or generators. Unemployment stays stubbornly high partly because crooked tender processes shut out legitimate small contractors. A builder from Soweto told local radio last month he stopped bidding after 3 straight losses to companies that existed only on paper. Those are the jobs that never reach the township. When the commission exposes how connected individuals allegedly controlled bid committees, it explains why young people with proper qualifications still sit at home. The system was never built to absorb them. Crime feeds off the same rot. When police stations lack vehicles or fuel because budgets were diverted, response times stretch. When border posts are allegedly compromised by syndicates paying off officials, drugs and guns flow easier. Communities then turn to private security or vigilante groups. The Commission's focus on state capture is not academic. It tracks directly to why pensioners feel unsafe walking to the shop after dark. What makes this round of hearings feel urgent is the pattern repeating across departments. Witnesses described how political loyalty allegedly trumped competence in appointments. The result is officials who cannot manage basic maintenance, let alone large projects. For the average household, this shows up as rolling blackouts that damage fridges and spoil food, or as schools that open late because teachers were never paid on time. These are not isolated failures. They are the predictable outcome when procurement becomes a feeding trough. Critics of the commission argue it moves too slowly and risks becoming another talk shop. That frustration is fair. South Africans have sat through inquiries before that produce thick reports but little change. Yet ignoring the evidence now would only deepen the cynicism. The Commission is naming specific transactions and individuals. That creates a record that cannot be wished away when the next election cycle arrives and promises are made again about fixing service delivery. The street-level view is simple. Every rand allegedly stolen through inflated contracts or no-show suppliers is a rand not spent on the things people actually need. Reliable electricity, working hospitals, passable roads. When those basics fail, daily life gets harder and more expensive. Families stretch already thin budgets to cover what government should provide. Young people lose hope that hard work will lead anywhere when the game is rigged. The Madlanga Commission will not fix this overnight. But if it forces accountability on even a handful of the deals under scrutiny, it could start to shift incentives. Public officials might think twice if they know testimony can follow them years later. That matters to the woman in the queue at the clinic who just wants her child seen by a doctor. Not another story about missing funds. Until then, the Commission's work serves as a reminder that the cost of unchecked corruption is paid in small, grinding ways by people who never chose the tenders in the first place.